Oh, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Ashley. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope all is well in your world. Today, I'm going to be doing a video a little bit different from what I normally do on my channel, you know, the beauty, the try-on hauls. Today, I'm going to be doing a video and I'm going to tell you guys how much it really costs to start a YouTube channel. This is something that I have kind of been figuring out as time goes on, and I figured let me share it with the world because there are so many people out there that are trying to start YouTube channels and it's an expensive hobby, I'll say that much. So if you guys want to see how much it costs to start a YouTube channel, then stay tuned. Before we get into this video, please like and subscribe, turn on your little post notifications so you know when I post a new video. I'm trying to be consistent, upload every week. It's so crazy to think that I'm almost at 500 subscribers. Now I know 500 is not like a huge number.
I do have more Instagram followers, but like,
that's not here nor there. But 500, like, wow, bravo. 500 people want to tune into my videos. Thank you guys so much. I really deeply appreciate it. All right, guys, let's get into this video, shall we? So, how much does it take to start a YouTube channel? How much shmoney do you have to put aside to start a YouTube channel? We're starting from the bottom, working our way up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. So, numero uno, the first thing that you need to start a YouTube channel, of course, it's a no-brainer, you need a camera. You need a very nice, fancy camera. No, you really don't need a nice, fancy one, but obviously the more expensive camera you get, the better quality you get. The camera I have, it's a Canon EOS M50 mirrorless camera. And my camera, I actually bought it 2019 Valentine's Day because, cheers to myself, happy Valentine's Day to me. I ended up splurging and buying this camera and they had a bundle deal going on where I got the camera and I also got a nice lens that goes with it. This lens right here is, I don't know what the name of the lens is, but this lens right here, it's a little bit longer than the one that I normally use to film my videos, and this is really good if you're trying to get like things that are very far away. This is good for like up close and personal.
I think I read in like the manual, this is good for like if you're at some sporting event or something and you want to take pictures of the players.
I don't really know, but I barely use this lens to be honest with you, but the more the merrier. I'm sure I will find some use for this lens. But yeah, I got that as a bundle deal and that was $879.99 before tax. So pretty much like $900 for my camera and lens. Obviously you don't have to spend that much. I could have spent less, I could have spent more, but I figured I want something decent. You know, at the time when I bought this camera last year, I was not doing YouTube. I had no plans on YouTube at the time. I just kind of bought it for photography purposes because I do, you know, love to dress up, take photos, whatever. So I bought it for that and it took me a while to like really figure out the camera. I just was ignorant and thought, oh, if I buy a more expensive camera, like when I snap that button to take a photo, like everything's gonna be perfect. But cameras, just like computers or software, they're very complex. You really have to like know your camera. I remember when I bought it, I went back to Best Buy and was like asking the lady like,
I don't know what I'm doing wrong, like these photos look just like a photo I would take on my iPhone.
and she's like, no,
like just give it time, you know, like really like take the time to like learn the camera and know the camera and like figure out all the different features.
So it doesn't matter how expensive of a camera you get, if you don't know how to work it, it's not really going to benefit you in any way. So that's the camera. Second thing that's nice to have is a tripod. I prefer a nice tall tripod, kind of like, you know, if a person was just standing here filming me. Obviously there's so many different tripods that you can use for so many different things. I have a very basic standard tripod. This one is 58 inches tall. It's the Sunpak Platinum Plus, and I paid $19.99 for that, so not really bad for a tripod. They do have a lot more expensive tripods. It kind of just depends on what you're trying to do. Like if you're trying to film stuff in motion, you're gonna need a different tripod, something that will stabilize the video. This is just a very standard basic tripod. Number 3, lighting. I use a ring light. I love my ring light. I use it when I take photos too, so it's multi-purpose. I even turn my ring light on when I'm doing my makeup because it's just more lighting. But yeah, my ring light, it's bi-color, so it has warm and cool light, and you can adjust it how you want. You can adjust the warm and the cool light. You can do a little bit of both if you want, like kind of in the middle, and you can adjust the brightness. So I love all those specific features on it. And my ring light was $129.99. So you could probably find a ring light cheaper or maybe a little bit more expensive depending on what you want. It's kind of one of those things, like I'm just giving you guys a very rough estimate, but depending on the specific equipment, it could be more, it could be less. This is just like a very rough estimate, so bear with me. Next thing, we're gonna need some sort of computer to edit the footage. I mean, come on, people. And I will say the computer is going to be the most expensive part. I have a MacBook Air currently, and my MacBook Air, let me show y'all the MacBook Air. My very lovely MacBook Air, I have an FSU sticker on it because go Knowles. For those who don't know, I did graduate. See that in the corner? That's an FSU diploma, whatever. Period. But yeah, so this, you know, beautiful MacBook Air right here, this is the 13-inch. This has gotten me through undergrad. It's a great computer. But the problem with my MacBook Air is when it comes to editing, it doesn't really do that well. I have had so many problems with my MacBook Air, especially using Final Cut Pro, because my computer, it's just a basic computer. Like MacBook Airs are not meant, they don't have the processing speed to do what you need to do in like Final Cut Pro and like advanced software. So my MacBook Air, it's kind of just slid by my whole YouTube career up till this point. But if you want a legitimate computer that will support the things that you want to do, the complex editing, you really need a MacBook Pro. So MacBook Pros...
Ashley, how much does a MacBook Pro cost?
Well, I'll say this computer right here, I got the education discount. Apple does do student discounts, which is great. I think I paid like $900 for this. I got this computer 5 years ago. It's still going strong. But so it's like $800-900 for a MacBook Air 13-inch. So for a MacBook Pro, they're at least $1,300 or above. If you want a desktop computer, a MacBook Pro desktop, they're like $4,000 and above. But I do realize that the better computer you have, the easier your life will be when it comes to editing. I have learned that the hard way. And then the last thing, you need software. When I first started my YouTube channel, I used iMovie. That was already on my Apple computer in order to edit. But maybe like a few months ago, I ended up investing in Final Cut Pro, which it's $199 for the student bundle, and it comes with Photoshop, and I think a few other, or no, it's not Photoshop. Photoshop is Adobe. What does it come with? There's like a few different programs that comes with it. It's not just the $199 for Final Cut Pro. There's like 5 different software programs that it comes with. I know one is like used for podcasts and stuff, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But so it's $199. If you're not a student, it's $299, and that's just for Final Cut Pro. So you need good software. I ended up investing in Final Cut Pro because there's so many more edits and transitions and effects and different things that you can do in Final Cut Pro that you can't do in iMovie. iMovie is literally just the most basic editing. But Final Cut Pro, I know that's what a lot of the big YouTubers use, and there's so much more that you can do with Final Cut Pro. I actually love Final Cut Pro. When I first got Final Cut Pro, I was a little bit like intimidated, like I don't know how to work Final Cut Pro at all. But luckily there's so many YouTube videos out there that can teach you how to do different things within Final Cut Pro. And now I feel like I'm turning into a pro, you know what I'm saying? All right guys, so those are the 5 basic necessities that you need in order to start a YouTube channel. I know. So altogether, what are the costs of these 5 essential things? When I do the math over here, if you guys can see, so when you look at my notebook and you look at the math, it's going to be at least $2,500 or more. That's with the specific items that I have shown you today. So at least like $2,500, $2,000 for like all the stuff that you need to be successful with YouTube. I mean, that's a good chunk of money for like the average Joe. I mean, I understand like YouTube is an investment. I think there's people that start YouTube because they're enticed by the kind of money that you can make on YouTube. But realistically, that's not everybody. I mean, the people that are big on YouTube, yeah, they can afford like thousands upon thousands of dollars for like the setup and the backdrops and all this kind of stuff, which those are all extra. I didn't even talk about backdrops today, but all those extra things, it all adds up. And when you're making thousands of dollars a month off of YouTube, like you can afford to do all that. But the average person that's literally just trying to start a channel and like see where it goes, it's a good chunk of money up front to kind of like keep these things in mind. If you do want to start a channel, maybe you don't really have a lot of extra money laying around, you know, save the coin, put some money aside so that you can get these things. It is an expensive hobby, but I personally enjoy it. I love YouTube. I love that YouTube is a place for everybody. To be honest, I don't even watch TV. I just sit here and watch YouTube videos. That's like my thing. And I think it's an outlet not only for me, but for so many people. And I think anybody out there that does want to start a YouTube channel, I highly, highly recommend it. Do your thing. You never know where it's going to go. All right, guys, that concludes today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got something out of it. I will link all of the equipment that I have mentioned today down below, just in case you want to order something or maybe do a little price shop, compare different models of cameras. I'll link my equipment down below. I just want to say thank you guys so much for all the love and support on this channel. We're almost at 500. I'm just going to say 500. I'm just going to like put it out into the universe because we're going to hit 500. Like, I'm so excited about it. But yeah, so thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye. P. Say hi, Penelope. You have not been on our channel in a long time. Say hi. Say hi, friends. Like and subscribe to Mom's channel so you can get more guest appearances. How did I get here?